Okay.
Yeah, video.
Yeah.
Access denied. Has to do with the library. Okay, so I have a question. Do you remember the days when we could use the library and the courtyard freely? Now, pick an answer.
I can't see the answers. Yeah.
Now, this is really what got me concerned with the topic. You know, freshman year through junior year, I was able to use the library and the courtyard. So, oh look, everyone remembers these days. The glory days, I call them. We didn't need a library pass at lunch. We could go through the courtyard at any time. But now, everything's locked, and you need a library pass. So that's really what's got me interested in this topic, because of my history. But now that we can't have such glorious freedoms, what are we going to do about it? Well, let's look at the facts, okay? So next question: true or false? Receiving a poor education can lead to increased stress as well as health issues. A few options. All right, well, it is true. So 15 of you are right. One of you was also correct. Vaccines cause health problems. That's sarcasm. False, it's actually true. So basically, in the Washington Post, this man named Robert Jebelhoff made an article that basically explains the results of a study that was published in a journal. And the study basically says that poor education can lead to risky behavior, stress, and health issues, such as like a weak immune system. So without the library, we can get poor grades, huh? We can't print stuff out, we can't study, we can't do some homework assignments, and some people don't even have computers or printers at home. So this can really impact students and their education, which can lead to other issues as well. So what is a good way to study? I have a video, but let's watch the video first, yeah?
Study sessions are most effective in small, short chunks. Instead of cramming in a 10-hour study session, it's much more effective to spread it out into 20, 30-minute sessions over a few weeks. This is because your brain is better at encoding information into the synapses in short, repeated sessions as opposed to one large one. And this is why even learning different skills, whether it's swimming, tennis, or a singing lesson, often follows this same format. And while cramming and pulling all-nighters may be a ritual, it turns out that this is linked to the lowest grades. After prolonged nocturnal study sessions, reasoning and memory may be negatively affected for up to 4 whole days. Instead, setting up specific times in a day or during the week just to study primes your brain by creating a routine, and over time, studying actually becomes easier as your brain is trained to learn in those moments. Time for...
Okay, so let's see what people say. Okay, well, some of you are right. So yeah, basically what we learned from the video is that it's best to study by spacing out in small, short study sessions rather than, all the night before. And so without the library, it's kind of hard to have a designated place that you can study daily. And maybe you got siblings at home that are always loud, or maybe it's never quiet at home or something like that. Or you have sports, so the library is usually a good place to study because it's fairly quiet, and it's a good way to have your good half an hour study sessions, especially during lunch, which is half an hour. If you want to study right before maybe a 5th period test, but now we can't even do that because we need a library pass, which sometimes we forget to even get the day before. So, okay. So why did Miss Bates make the library pass and lock the courtyards in the first place? That's what he said. It's a meme from Metal Gear Solid 5.
That's so funny.
Okay, so most of you said that there are too many students in the library. Yes, this is true. Well, I guess it's kind of a trick question because I asked 2 questions, but you can only choose one answer. But yeah, she said that she ever since they did the combined library with you had everyone had the same lunch, basically. There were too many students and it was too loud. So that's why she put that into place. And also it was for safety, but then I don't understand because like, sure, since there's 9 entrances in the library, it makes sense that you don't want so many entrances. But like, what if there's a fire? That means there's also less exits. So, you know, what are you gonna do? Okay, so how much does a student find if they lose a library pass? Some people haven't answered yet. It took 12 seconds. Okay. Oh, she said $5. That's actually surprising. Yes, it is $5, which is surprising because if you lose this small piece of paper, why should I have to pay $5? Like, that's a lot of money. But okay, you know, some students could, like, what do we spend money on? We got to buy our clothes, we got to buy food, V-Bucks. Like, without that, like, I barely have $5 to spend on ramen noodles, let alone losing my library pass. So that's a struggle I have. What did Noah Hogan and more than 50% of students think about of these 2 restrictions?
Who's Noah Hogan?
Wow.
That was so funny.
Don't yell out the answer.
That was really funny. I don't know, but it was
Okay, this is very spread out. Well, actually, blue is false, yellow is correct, and green is also correct. But, so yeah, basically, most students I've talked to, also including Noah Hogan, who was my amateur interview, said that they don't like this program because it's hard to use the library during lunch, and Noah said that he doesn't even use the library anymore, which is, I understand because I don't either. So like, it's kind of a struggle for all students. So, 7-8, how do we solve this issue of not using the library?
You're coming to tell me to
Yes,
have-
the tides have turned.
Alright.
Let's go now.
Yeah. So yeah, most of you are right. It is the best option to solve this is we go up to Miss Bates and especially someone with some sort of charisma, and we present our argument and basically say why we need this. All right. What do we do with the $300 that you'll waste if we vote for your project? Well, here's some answers. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I agree with Red. So basically, there's no handle on the courtyard door, so I mean, they're locked anyway, so why is there no handle? But I don't know. That's up to Miss Bates. But if she does decide to unlock the courtyard, which would make it easier to use during lunch as well as, you know, walk through to cut across the halls, it's gonna need a handle. So I don't think it costs $300 for a handle, but you know, we gotta pay the custodian to reinstall the handle that was already there. Okay, well, thank you.